earbuds.
She said, "Hi Jen, how are you feeling?"
Sorry, I didn't know you shouldn't have her earbuds.
Tired.
Your hearing aids in?
Better than I was, but I'm like probably at like 85%.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
My camera tonight.
Daylight savings time.
I was wondering what was going on. Your camera's at such a severe angle.
I don't know.
It looks like it's tilted way back.
No, well, it is tilted way back
I looked at the
too,
pictures.
but it's also it's not angled properly.
That looks a little crooked.
Yeah, it is because of where all my shit is.
Okay.
You know, it is. I mean, because realistically, if I wanted to get this perfect, make me move all my shit, Jess.
Sorry.
All my liquor. Barely know her. Black and dizzy in. This is not very good.
Oh my god.
The cigar is really good.
There you go.
Looks good.
See, that's why I want to get the camera on that track system, so you can have a little remote and you can move the camera.
I want
Was this always here?
No, it was not always there. I know it's hitting your fucking knee. I had to make room for the freaking file cabinet.
Can I move it over?
No, you cannot move it over there.
Well, part isn't long enough.
That's what she said. Move! Move!
That was funny.
There. Hopefully will that work for you?
We'll see.
Here we see the life of an influencer in her natural habitat.
Oh my
I was
god.
just trying to get light that actually not a fucking doomsday light over here. Like I can't even get the flash to go on.
We are going to snake up on Jessica right now.
Yeah, there we go. Look, and see, even there's a shadow because there's fucking a million things in your goddamn office.
Why is our logo underneath them and vice versa?
Oh, because I think because we came on first. Kerr can swap that.
Doesn't matter. You can keep. I was just asking.
There we go.
Better.
Now it makes sense.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Why is it Kerr and Jen and then Jess and Kevin? Oh, because of how we're sitting. Never mind. I really feel like I have COVID brain, even though I just had a horrific flu. It was worse than having.
I read in Half Wheel that they're canceling the Broadleaf Bullies.
Okay. I'll go inside then. I actually lost 12 pounds in 8 days.
Awesome.
I was sleeping with Kerry's hoodies on, sweating through those into the sheets. I was changing 4 to 5 times a night. That's how bad it was for multiple nights. It was just, I don't remember like a good 72 hours.
I love a good flu where you
I love a good sickness.
I love a good where you drop like 8-10 pounds. God, that's awesome. You're all better and your shorts fit better and
for a little bit and then gain it all back.
Sweat out that water weight, you know.
Yeah. It was
back in Kerr's football days, he'd gain 10 pounds and lose 12 pounds.
It was when we moved in like 1,000-degree heat and 100% humidity. I think I lost 15-20 pounds, and it was like at the same time I was getting my GI, my endoscopy.
Yeah.
So I'm like moving, sweating freaking bullets every day, you know, eating freaking hands of nuts and, you know, and everything else. And then I take a 72-hour freaking laxative protocol and, you know, shit in clear water, you know. And they're like, hey, you realize you lost like 25 pounds? I'm like, yeah, that's probably about right. Now watch it all miraculously come back.
Yeah.
Just yesterday, I started eating like normal meals where I was finally hungry, like just not wanting to eat anything. And I didn't even want coffee. I was just really water and Gatorade. That was it.
I know I start my diet tomorrow. I gotta drop like 8 pounds. I just feel like shit.
Just go to a crowded area. The flu's starting to ramp up.
Yeah,
If it's
Yeah,
okay
no,
with you.
I'm doing like the intermittent fasting thing, and then I've got some packets with some fiber that you take before your meals.
Did you see on
Yeah.
Instagram the colon broom?
I keep seeing like the ads for like someone will say, "Oh, it's colon brooms," and then I never click on.
I never clicked on it either. I'm curious. Click on it because I'd like to know what it's about because it's
I've got an
everywhere on
idea.
Instagram.
Yeah, I got an idea what a colon
Kerr's
broom
looking
is.
at it.
Yeah,
That's stupid.
Is it just like a high colonic of?
I'll tell you
to
what. There's
clean
a
out
broom
your
over there.
system?
Bend over and
But I see it's on like every other ad now on Instagram.
yeah. It's
Colon broom.
I've been seeing it on TikTok, but yeah, same.
it's a mixture. That's all it is.
Of what?
I'm gonna freaking go out on a limb and say it's a bunch of freaking stuff that's gonna make you shit your brains out.
Yeah.
Just a collab.
Problem is you can't work when you take stuff
Right.
like that. You know,
Yeah.
Spring clean your colon.
spring clean
Yeah.
your colon.
Yeah, my friend Brandy, who's a bodybuilder, she takes them but she has to plan it out. She's like, the first 2 days you cannot like be away from a toilet.
That's basically might as well have your colonoscopy done. I can't.
85% is psyllium husk that
Oh,
gently sweeps out the junk from your gut.
That is
Listen,
not gentle.
it's real simple. It's
A laxative.
it's real simple. I mean, and even it's like I get pissed off myself because I don't follow it. You know, you just avoid fried foods. You freaking eat your freaking meal, your lunch. You eat your dinner, and then you eat a little something freaking at about 9 o'clock, and then you don't eat anything until the next day at lunch. There's your fasting, and drink plenty of water.
Yeah, that's what like this new plan that I'm on is like you eat your last meal or your last anything.
You haven't started it
8
yet.
p.m. But yeah, no, it
Oh,
starts
okay.
tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So
Mine's, mine's 6 p.m.
Yeah, 8 p.m. to noon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine's
okay.
6 p.m. to 10 a.m.
Is it okay?
The
So-
guy who we had on our show when I was back with the BCA guys, Corey Gregory. He's like a fitness model. He does. He works with professional athletes and actors to build muscle and real nice guy. Really freaking smart. He was a coal miner living in a trailer park in Ohio,
Oh my god.
and now he's like where he is today.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is, but he mixes the keto and the fasting.
Yeah.
So, and yes, Jen, I did this, and I lost weight immediately. It was
You did.
ridiculous.
Yeah, Kevin doesn't believe in keto. He thinks it's dangerous.
But
but his way of-
Don't you
but his-
backtrack.
No, I'm not.
you can't cut out carbs altogether, right? Because
Yeah.
you just can't. And what he would do is like for lunch, you'd have protein, and then you'd have whatever vegetable you wanted to eat, didn't matter. And then you had to have a good fat. So you could have like avocado or something like that, right? That's guacamole. Then for dinner, the same thing, 5 o'clock. And then at 9 o'clock, he's like, eat a half a sweet potato, eat freaking a couple scoops of ice cream of peanut butter or a banana. He's like, because when you get that insulin blast at night, when your insulin rises, it brings along human growth hormones, it brings along testosterone, it brings along all these building blocks. And then the next morning, when you wake up, you're not as hungry. So you just drink plenty of water, and then and then if you want to work out, you can work out in the morning. But then, because that's when he recommends doing it. But then at lunch, it starts all over. So now you're fasting again from 9 till noon, 8 till noon.
Yeah.
But that was his diet. And he said after 2 weeks, after you kind of get into a groove, you can pick 2 cheat meals out of the week. He goes, so I may do Friday night and just freaking eat wings, or I'll freaking decide to cheat with a bunch of ice cream. And he always used to like cheating with carbs that were simple carbs like sugars versus, he goes, pizza's the worst thing in the world you could eat. It's the devil. He's like, I won't eat pizza. He goes, but I'll cheat with wings. I'll cheat with fry foods. I'll cheat with ice cream. He's like, but then the next day you go back into your normal routine with your meals.
Yeah, the keto, like the couple videos I'd watched on it, they said it was just dangerous the way some people were doing it. Like they were taking it to like the extreme.
all people in all diet
I
take
yeah,
it
and it
to
was
an extreme.
I don't
But
The Atkins diet, remember that?
certain
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
that work for
Yeah.
men obviously aren't going to work for women, especially women who are older, because our hormones play a huge part in how we lose weight too. Sometimes we have to go and
Don't be so hormonal.
well, it's kind of hard not to when you start going through the change in your life as a woman. But I'm just saying, men and women cannot do the same diet. Like, and not everyone has the same body type. So sometimes getting a nutritionist is best because everyone's built differently too. You know?
I found my nutritionist on TikTok, so I'm following his plan.
Good.
So on that note, I'm Broadleaf Bully Kevin.
I'm Broadleaf Bully Jess.
I'm Broadleaf Bully Kerr.
I'm Broadleaf Bully Jen.
And we are
The
Broadleaf
Bullies.
We talk. You listen. We're the Broadleaf Bullies. And here's your hosts, Kev, Kerr, Jessie, and Jen.
I think the thing with dieting, and this is what I'm trying to find out for myself because I need to fucking change. It's not going on a diet. It's just changing your lifestyle and being consistent with it. Because whatever diet you try, it's going to fail because you're eventually going to go off of it. You're eventually going to go back to some bad habits. It's finding that consistent lifestyle or that consistent diet, not used in a plan type word, but as in a way of eating and dieting that is going to be consistent throughout. I mean, my cardiologist told me if you make good decisions 80% of the time, you're going to be fine. It means, 8 out of 10 meals, you're not eating fried foods, you're eating good, baked, broiled, grilled, vegetables and shit. If you want to freaking indulge every once in a while, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, my problem was I've been inactive for 10 months now with this knee, and it's really catching up to me. So I really gotta, and it's like I said, I've only gained, I think in theory I've probably gained 20 pounds. I've lost 10 pounds of muscle and probably put on 10 pounds of fat. So I've just been swapping them. So, in all, I'm probably only up 8 to 10 pounds.
Yeah, but for yourself, you feel it.
Yeah, for myself, I feel like shit, so.
But have you lifted weights or do you feel good lifting weights?
No. So, it's really tough. I had my last physical therapy session Friday from the first group. I start the new physical therapy group tomorrow. So they gave me like an end of session, questionnaire, kind of a physical, seeing how much you're bending, how much you can lift. They put this little box on the ground. You have to squat and pick it up. And I was only able to pick up 10 pounds. And
but I'm saying other than that, just in general, don't leave your knee out of it.
Oh, yeah. No, not all. I mean,
Kevin Shahan.
Yeah.
Cigarprop.
That's what my job was, lifting weights all day long, tires and everything else. And,
So what you got to do, here would be my suggestion, based off this Adonis type body. Okay? I got some dumbbells, right? Get 20-pound dumbbells, and you could sit in your chair like you are, and there's just a couple of routines that you can do.
Yeah,
and that will build your muscle, keep you strong. You won't have to worry about any exertion on your knee. And it will also kind of strengthen your core, which you'll need to be helpful.
What you got the bands for that you never use?
No, they're supposed to be for my knee.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he bought these bands because the therapy people were making him use these bands, and then they still brand new in the fucking box sitting on the dresser.
Well,
I keep my dumbbells here, and I'll be at work.
Right on the desk.
At work, I'll in the morning after I'm done eating everything, and I'll do my first conference call. And in between them, I'll just rep out 10, and I'll lean back 10, and then boom, and I'll go about do my next conference call. Then I'll pop it out, boom, 10, and I do that throughout the day. Yeah, just because Joe Rogan always cracks me. He's like, if you don't want to die early, he goes, our bodies are conditioned just to move heavy shit, and if you keep building your muscle, you're going to be fine. So I do that, and if I want to just keep I want to keep my muscles from atrophying and just keep it toned like that. And if it's, and I don't go to the gym and freaking work out like I used to, but if it's just a 20-pound dumbbells and I could do that and it takes 10, 15 minutes a day, why not?
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Are you still fasting, Jen?
I'm getting back into it with being sick. It was just, I was just completely.
She was on a 5-day fast.
I literally didn't eat solid foods for almost 6 days. So like I could have, but I just like I would eat a half a bowl of chicken noodle soup and I just couldn't eat anymore. I was full, I was just. Yeah, I was just sick.
That's the sickest I've seen you since your kidney stones. I mean, it's it was
worse than COVID.
I can't only remember how sick you were with COVID because I was out cold.
It was
you were
pretty
bad.
Sick. And now that unfortunately, I was supposed to be on call when I had the flu, so I got pushed this week. So going back to work, being on call was kind of a double whammy. So now starting a new week, I'm going to get back into my routine of,
you know, a load of fun last week.
Oh yeah. I was miserable, more so than usual. So, and I really felt like I had COVID brain. All. Like I really had such brain fog. And even at work, like trying to remember what I was going to say, or just like, I really couldn't even put a sentence together. But they did, like the COVID test was fine. I've had them before. Even the strep wasn't bad. My Lord, when they tested for the flu, I've had flu swabs before. She kept saying, just wiggle your toes. It was so flipping painful.
Up to their
it
elbow.
Was like, I think they really went to the center of my brain.
Yeah, it was last time I got tested for thought I had COVID when you had it. I had a flu shot at the same time. And like I said, I felt it. I thought there was like a bump at the back of my head.
Yeah, like, it was like, and when you see blood on it, it's like, they went real. It was positive though, but it was pretty freaking brutal.
No, the second time. Remember, I went and got tested.
Yeah,
so.
It reminded me of like when you see people. I wouldn't because when they first pulled out this. It was like when they freaking were trying to jimmy a car. You know, it's like the real long Slim Jim disappears. They brought this real long thing. It was just like.
So I'm gonna start back on it tomorrow. Now that I'm back,
and I'm gonna join
work and.
Are you?
Nothing after 6 p.m.
I gotta start doing.
I can have liquids. The only thing I do cheat is in the morning. I don't drink black coffee. I've lessened the amount of sugar I put in it, so I usually do just a half a teaspoon and just a spot of milk. I can't do. Milk. You're supposed to with the intermittent fasting. You can have coffie. You're just not no milk or sugar.
Right.
No
milk.
Well, it's all those calories.
And then we do zero Gatorade anyway and water. So I didn't mind the intermittent fast. Actually. Did fine with it. And then I bring a sandwich to work. So I usually, once my fast is up around 11 o'clock, I'll eat a sandwich and that will hold me over till dinner.
But I also learned that when I was doing my fasting, if I worked out in the morning, I could drink a protein shake and it didn't count that as a meal.
Okay.
Oh.
So because it was like, there's no carbs, all protein and like, I didn't mix it with milk or anything. I just put in water and ice and shit.
I guess I do Bacardi in the morning.
Yeah.
Bacardi and diet, 0 carbs, 0 grams of sugar, 0 calories.
Yeah, I'm sure work would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys.
Yeah, no, I got little packets of like yerba mate, just like energy drink for the morning. It came with like my program.
Yeah,
what are you guys smoking?
Fiber thing. Oh, I am smoking the Army of Angels.
She's got the new Connecticut, and then I've got the Yagua.
I have not smoked that yet.
Yeah,
I don't think I have. Or maybe I did one.
Yeah, because I think you did like this summer because they had the Yagua, and I sent you a pack of them.
Okay, yeah, maybe I did. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I'm smoking the number 3 sampler.
Nice.
Oh, okay, right on. So, and then the last 2 weeks, I've been trying these meal kits that you get delivered from your home.
Some
of them look
week 1 I did freshly, and I've been keeping notes, and then I'm gonna do some videos on them, and it was actually pretty good. This week I've got another one. It's fucking garbage. It is dog.
Which
food.
one is it?
Which one?
Home
is it?
something.
No, let me go grab the.
This
I heard Freshly was good.
Yeah, the Freshly actually smelled good. It looked good. It looked like real food. But this, whatever he got, this other company, he doesn't even finish it. He leaves it. The dogs won't even eat it.
Wow.
It's not. It's
Kevin
not
considered the last couple of years. Kevin considered Domino's as
Yeah.
meal.
That's true.
This
Factor.
This one's called Factor.
Oh, I never heard of that one.
Yeah.
I found it like another one on TikTok. It was Freshly, and then Freshly got really good reviews across the board, and their food was really good. As long as you're getting that deal, it's like $87 a week for 7 days. It's not
How
bad.
many people does it feel?
One. So puts it about almost $12 per meal. So it's
that's just his dinners. That's not lunch.
Yeah, that's just one.
dinner.
Oh, that's just one meal a day.
Wow.
That's one meal.
So it's pricey.
It's pricey, but like I said,
What kind of meals were they?
They had tons of different ones.
Meatloaf. There was
I had
one
meatloaf. I had a bison burger. Had
So they send you the fresh ingredients with a recipe, and then
that's not the same one.
Freshly it's all like same with Factor.
It's a frozen dinner, not frozen though.
Yeah, it's all fresh made and then sealed, and you just pop it in the microwave and eat it.
Is it supposed to be healthier? Is that the idea behind it?
Yeah, because it is fresh made. It's now Factor.
I'm sure
I don't know how healthy
it.
this one is, because there's a lot of ingredients on this one. Freshly, there was like no ingredients other than
how
the
much
food.
sodium did you check to see?
That was the problem that everybody said with Freshly.
Yeah,
the sodium on some of those meals were 40% of your.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Well, also they're using it as probably
they got some preservatives. Yeah.
Yeah. So even this one tonight was the last night shredded chicken. This was 39%.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that was out of all of the reviews that all the online meals have gotten. It was the sodium. So I'm gonna do. I did Freshly. I'm gonna do Factor next week. I've got I actually doing Marie calendars, the actual frozen ones you buy at Walmart, and then I'm gonna do one more, a different company after that. So I'll have 4 different companies.
There's some fresh ones that I've gotten you fresh frozen that are low carb, low calorie.
They've been all right. Do you have any local companies or local restaurants that offer this?
No, I looked into that because I see like
around here.
I've seen it too.
Yeah,
online.
Sarasota, Tampa, or they have.
Well,
those.
there's that one place in Port Charlotte that does. It's kind of like meals in a shake type of thing. Like you get your meal, basically all your nutrients, your proteins, all that stuff in like a shake.
Yeah,
but like those are expensive too.
Yeah, I mean, and then you're talking, like I said, on the Freshly at $12 per dinner.
There's that fresh
pricey.
one is the one that I wanted to try. The one that comes with the meal and you cook it.
Yeah, you cook it.
Yeah,
but,
that I want to try.
But for me, that didn't make sense. I just go to the store and buy my own stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I didn't. I didn't understand. I know because Samantha gets that one where the ingredients are sent to the house.
Because it takes the thinking out of
it.
It
does, and it's the convenience for people that like the Freshly. Is $12 too much? I mean, you get your meals delivered on whatever day, 7 days. If you want more, if you're doing breakfast, you don't have to go out and buy anything. So it's like, how much is convenience worth?
Right.
Yeah,
not the sodium.
And if you were to buy a dinner, what would you actually be paying each night?
Because I actually
that wasn't fast food.
Yeah, I actually went on to like Applebee's and like what could I eat at Applebee's like every day? So if you chose like their bowl, like their salads or some of their bowls, so for about $15, you could actually get something bigger.
Yeah,
and a lot more fresh because it's made right there. So
how big are the portions?
The meals are about 11 ounces, so it's not huge, but
sounds like a regular TV dinner size.
It does.
Yeah, I would say it's right there because I think all the Marie Calendar ones I got were like 10.2 or something, so they were right there at the same.
Mm-hmm.
So
and they were like $5.50 versus $12.
Yeah.
So I was asking because the place that clunked you in the head with the big
Saskatchewan, they do it.
Saskatchewan. It's a paleo diet, right?
No, okay.
So
Nicole gets it from there.
So you can get food from there, and here's here's their different plans. They have a 1-week plan, they have a 5-week plan, and they have a 12-week plan. Obviously, with each week, it's going to be cheaper every week,
Their
right?
food's fantastic and super fresh.
So the 1-week plan figures that fucking this thing's going to do this now is $198 for the week. That comes with 5 breakfasts, 5 lunches, 5 dinners, 10 snacks, 5 desserts, and 4 protein shakes.
That's not bad.
That's actually...
See, that's what Graham does. Graham does all the meal preps. He pays $300 a month for the whole month to get
one of our friends who is a triathlete. She gets her when she's in training season.
Yeah,
this is her meals.
If you go to 5-week, it's $169. If you go to 12-week, it's $149 a week, and it ends up being $596 dollars.
So what do? You pick it up?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, they prepare the meals. You have a menu.
It's local,
and it's
sounds exactly. Yeah, it sounds exactly what Graham is.
I would do
Graham
that
is doing
for that price. That's not a bad price at all.
It isn't.
Yeah. Graham said it's so much better too because he did all the research and he looked up all like the calories, the intake, all that stuff. And he goes, it's all like legit meal prep meals for people who are trying to stay fit and stay healthy. And he loves it because he can pick what he wants.
Beef brisket scrambled. Oh my gosh, I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
Beef brisket scrambled with sweet potato hash browns. They have a fajita vegetable breakfast casserole. Their lunches are, chicken strips, pulled pork sandwich. Their dinners are, coconut curry chicken, chimichurri flank, Swedish meatballs, and they have really good food. I mean, this is a really good place. So
now is this a restaurant that does this on the side? Oh, okay, so it's not just a pickup. Oh, okay.
No, they do lots of fresh meats. They also do like other wild meats there. You can go there and get boar and all sorts of different types of elk, different meats you can't get anywhere else. But they also have this whole keto diet thing where I'm like, that's why I was asking if it was a dinner only, because I know they do all your meals.
I mean, it sounds like if you have the ability to do something like that, I would do that. Like,
I think that all the ones that were
$198 a month. I mean, a week.
Yeah.
That ain't bad. I mean, like if I was thinking I was single.
Oh, without a doubt.
If I'm living there, I'm like, well, shit. Prepared foods.
Yeah.
I mean, if I go out, even when I go out myself, if I went out and got sushi or something like that, I'd probably drop like $40-$50. I'm like, okay, after like how many nights? Okay, but this is a month. And then if you're into it for the long haul, it's basically prepared meals.
And they have snacks with it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
maybe something like that is in Venice.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to look up like Sarasota. Because like I said, I thought I saw a couple places up there. If I'm, it's not really that bad of a drive to go up there once a week or something.
I mean, you go up to go get your machine.
Yeah. So I'll look into it. But yeah, I'm trying out a few of them, and Factor sucks. It's horrible food. I don't even know if I can finish the week.
I know he keeps going. He's like.
I think I'm just going to.
What am I going to choose?
I think
tonight?
I'm just going to throw out the 3 meals I have left. just
what are they?
I don't even know. Yeah, they all taste the same crap.
I have to align my diet with Jen's.
Yeah,
because when Jen diets, we all diet.
Yeah,
because I'm on that grocery shop.
When I diet. It's like, I'm trying to avoid fried food. Hey, I got fried chicken tonight.
Oh my god, that's
I'm trying to watch my sweets. I come home, Jess is like, here's an entire cake.
I made one cake.
You do cakes and pies.
I haven't done that in how long now?
I'm cutting out carbs.
Cake, like
I got
month
spaghetti
ago.
And I got garlic bread.
Ever since he started doing this,
croissants. Yeah, I know. I'm like,
but when he started doing this, I just don't even think about him anymore as far as like food because he's getting his own stuff. It was weird at first. I was like, what the fuck? I felt kind of discombobulated, but then I was like, okay, that's fine. I only have to worry about myself and the kids. That's fine. Like, I don't do things like that. Like I can't eat those
So I want to go back to the meal
foods.
preps because I was doing that for like 3 or 4 weeks. And
Those meal preps, though,
which were good because I eat the same thing every night. I'm happy with that. Like 7 nights in a row of the exact same meal, and that's what I enjoy. Consistency.
So weird,
So not.
I don't mind that. That's why I eat the leftovers
Yeah.
that you have, and her and Joe look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like,
no, eating leftovers is one thing. Eating the same dinner
night of
7
chili.
nights a week.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, fucking, it's in there and it's edible, and why am I not going to want to eat it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste.
Yeah. Having leftovers for like a day or so is not so bad, like a day or two. But eating something 7 days a week, the same thing over and over again, no, I can't do it.
Why not?
I just can't. I cannot. I'm not Sheldon. I'm not robotic. I can't do it. I have to have variety. Wyatt eats the same thing every single day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh, he's there. He's just over the side. There you go. You and Wyatt get on the same plane.
Wyatt and Kevin are very similar. They eat the same thing.
Yeah, he's the same thing for breakfast too. Raisin Bran.
I do. My breakfast every day is Cheerios, almond milk, coffee. My morning's always routine. Nothing breaks from it. My lunches would be more routine, but my schedule's so crazy. But because I'll have lunch anywhere between 10:30 and 2:30.
Oh, see, I don't do lunch.
Schedule.
Yeah,
I hate that.
I eat breakfast like at 10:30 in the morning.
So what are you going to do if you do this fasting?
I'm just going to stretch it to noon. It's not that big of a deal. When I eat breakfast at 10:30, a lot of times I'm not hungry.
Yeah,
I just eat it just because I know I have to put food.
But what are you going to eat at noon?
Just same thing. My Raisin Bran, my cereal.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. They take like this little fiber shake 15 minutes before you eat, and then you eat your food. So and that helps with like the insulin and then the gut health and helps you feel fuller and something to do with fiber to help process the carbs and whatever.
And make you poop.
Yeah. No. They said some people get constipated. Some people get diarrhea.
That's the worst thing.
Some people get this, and they said just no 2 people are the same, and other people don't experience any issues. So.
Yeah, mine will be. I like my routine in the morning with Cheerios and almond milk. I do. I mean, for this fasting, that'll be the toughest thing for me to break.
Yeah,
because I come downstairs, I eat Cheerios, almond milk, grab my cup of coffee, come out, light a cigar, I run 2 reports, I go in, take a shit, and I mean, it's the same thing. It's on cue, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Mine will be like my days off of not being able to have like a bigger breakfast first thing and then have a cigar like first thing in the morning.
I didn't even think about
that's always why I love having breakfast and having a cigar. So I mean, I can still have the cigar, but I'll just have to choose something a little lighter. Like having.
Well, you won't be able to have anything. You have to fast.
No, have a lighter cigar. I'll have to choose something lighter.
A lighter cigar, not a heavy. Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
I'm not gonna smoke a Dunbarton at 8:30 and
8:30 after drinking water.
So Kevin went to Wendy's to get himself some breakfast this morning and got us their frosty coffee.
Frosty Chino. Jen, have you tried it yet?
No, I'm not.
What?
Yeah.
So I'm just really picky with. I don't drink coffee or frosty.
Why even
coffee.
ask that question though?
Well, this is the frosty.
I need to find somebody that's got a good Wendy's. Like our Wendy's is like
our Wendy's is good.
Oh, see, ours is horrible. So it's they put like it's like your large cup, and then so like a third of it is frosty. You can get chocolate or vanilla, and the rest is cold brew. So it was actually
wasn't bad.
The cold brew you could see through, Jen. You could see through the cold brew. So
their cold brew is their regular brew. Just
I don't know if they're
last night's coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
That's I'm wondering if they're really doing a cold brew.
It's fucking Wendy's, bro. What do you think they're doing?
I know. So I kind of want to go and get a frosty and do my own.
That's what I said
Chino.
today. I said, Kevin, it would just make more sense to buy the frosty and make our own.
Yeah.
Rather than
with the
ask them for just get a large frosty.
You'll have to get one for Joe, and then if you got a good Wendy's, and see what a good Wendy's the frosty Chino.
I have to say our Wendy's in Malden was always good. I haven't been to the one down.
Yeah, it was. It looked kind of.
It looked
a little rough from the outside, but they were always good.
Had
good.
Hot food.
Food.
This problem at this one is that they never have staff.
Oh, you know, there's only two
people. The worst part, like the way you pull in and everything, it's just horrible.
Yeah.
Well, fast food places, no one works there now.
Listen, I went to the Dollar Tree and they only had one cashier. That was it. They cannot hire people, or people aren't showing up for work, and they had a line almost out to the door.
Crazy, isn't it?
And I was like, this is nuts.
You just wonder at what point they just shut down some of these places.
They have. They've been doing that.
We have intermittent fasting. They have intermittent hours.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy.
And people were getting pissed, and I'm thinking to myself, why are you getting mad? First off, this lady isn't the fault of why no one's here. She's doing her best. She showed up.
Yeah.
Like she's going as fast as she can. Like, don't give her any shit.
And then you're hearing all these kids, millennials, like we want $15 an hour, and we got our local McDonald's that's advertising 18 to start, and they can't hire anybody. I'm like, hey, where are all you people at? They're you wanted 15, they're offering 18, and they're still not going to work.
And they had to up the prices of everything for fast food. So even fast food is not cheap at all now.
No, that's fucking ridiculous. You know what? We pulled it in the McDonald's right up the road from us. Joe and I walk in and I start laughing. I said, Joe, you know what happens when they demand $15 an hour and $18 an hour to work at McDonald's? You know what you get? He goes, what? I go, you get right there, and they have 3 machines.
Oh, we have had
that.
You
go up, like that. And you place your order. They got freaking one person.
Oh, we've had that for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, I remember when those first came out, and then I was in a McDonald's. I think we were on a road trip or something, and we come across that, and I'm like, oh my god,
it was happy.
It was awesome. And then that's when they first started coming out, and then there was an unexpected side benefit that McDonald's found out from those is people were spending more money. So when they said when they're not being pressured in a line to pick something, when they're sitting at this kiosk, like the price per order went up like $1, like $1.75 or something. So people are spending more money because they have more time, and I feel less pressure. You're looking at that thing, your line's getting closer, like give me number 1, whatever.
Well, and the fact that you're probably looking at someone who goes,
I
take order.
Yeah, somebody who's annoyed.
You have a number 2,
and then they fuck your order up somehow. How they fuck it up, I don't know.
Do you have any other reason? Hold on.
I ordered fries, and then they don't charge you for it, so you didn't technically order it, but you did say.
Me. I don't have to worry about the eye rolling.
Yep,
I don't have to worry about fucking sighing. I don't have to worry about that shit. I got a fucking happy, non-fucking communicative screen for me to fucking select my food.
What about the guy from Jersey Mike's? I had their online order wasn't working, so I had to call it in. Guy's an asshole. I love Jersey Mike's, but the one we have near us, it just really.
It's one guy in there.
So I called in the order, and Kerry and I were going to split a giant club sub, but on his half, he wanted crushed red peppers or crushed. Like the
crushed peppers,
like the relish.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he's like, we don't have it. All right, fine. And the guy was just being an ass.
And she said they don't have it. I go, motherfucker, I lived on Jersey Mike's. They got motherfucking crushed peppers. They do. I know they got fucking crushed peppers.
Yeah, they don't run out of it.
So I go with the Smoothie King next door to get our smoothies. He goes into Jersey Mike's.
I go to Jersey Mike's. I'm like, yeah, it's a place to order a little bit earlier. He goes, yeah. I said, I wanted it was this bigger dude, and I can already tell by the attitude. I'm like, I said, yeah, I wanted some crushed peppers on half that sub, and you said you didn't have it. And I go, and I lean over, I'm like staring right at the fucking peppers, and I look up and I go, you don't have it? He goes, yeah, those are red peppers,
cherry peppers.
And I go, a technicality. So when I ask for crushed peppers, you don't have, but if I say crushed cherry peppers, I go, can I get crushed cherry peppers on my half?
Yeah.
And the guy was like, oh, yeah. I was like, thanks. So then another guy brought my sandwich out and he goes, hey, I put these extras on the side for you. I'm really sorry about that. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I had a really good experience recently.
It was so nice
at the Jersey Mike's, and then I filled out the survey and I put this long thing, and like the owner of the Jersey Mike's called me, and unfortunately I didn't pick up, so he left me like a 5-minute voicemail, just thank you so much.
I will tell you, ever since that Jersey Mike's opened, we've had the best experiences.
Yeah,
we've never had a bad experience. Those young kids that work in there are actually happy to have a job. They're very personable. They're super nice, but like Kevin wrote and did an order online and said, what did you say?
I said, like, make sure you cat call.
I remember that.
Yeah. And it was so funny. And I was like, excuse me? Like, what's happening here? And they were all laughing. They're like, they said something about
we
being from Jersey or something. It was funny.
Yeah.
The guys the kids at Jersey Mike's and in Augusta Road we went, they were awesome.
They're great at where our old house was, the one I went to. It was perfect. And even the one briefly we've been to downtown off of Main Street. We've been in there very infrequent, but always had great experiences.
I've always had the one up in Taylor's.
This one, yeah.
The one in Taylor's we used to go to. The fucking guys were great.
This one freaking dude.
One guy
just oh my god, it just
it sucks.
Where were we at? We were at Chick-fil-A. Holy shit! I had never been to a busier Chick-fil-A when we went up there.
The one in Port Charlotte?
Yeah.
Oh, it's always busy.
I bet there was no less than 15 people inside working.
When I used to work, they probably had about 25 people working there. They have a lot of people working at that one. When I used to work at the Goodwill up the road from that one, a bunch of us would always want to go and have Chick-fil-A for lunch, but you only get 30-minute lunch break. So we would try to go, and it was like 30 minutes just to place your order. In
Atlanta, they're testing wings.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice.
I saw a picture of them. I'm not sure how they'd be.
I don't know, but Chick-fil-A, it is that Port Charlotte one, for whatever reason, it's so busy. It's ridiculous. I guarantee you, they had like 25 people.
And it was the middle of the day.
And it was full. It was packed.
Yeah.
The whole dining room was packed.
I don't think I've ever seen them not.
No. But I'll tell you what, though, even the ones that when they're busy here at the peak time, any fast food place, if you want to fucking model a successful fast food organization, go to Chick-fil-A.
I agree.
And not only freaking find out how the hell they're freaking working in the kitchen and they're communicating and the people out there, but then they're all fucking nice. I've never ever had anybody who's a dick.
I will say though, when we went to the Chick-fil-A, like I've been to that one a lot of times, but we went to go get that stupid Thanksgiving shake that Graham told us to go get.
Yeah.
It took them way too long to make 2 fucking shakes. That's all we ordered. Yeah. We didn't order anything else.
But yeah, I think that
I was a little.
Yeah, I know they pay really well.
I don't know. Do you have? Yeah. I thought you had to be
Sundays off.
Yeah.
Religious to work there.
No, you don't have to be religious.
Like I thought it was under like a certain umbrella of like.
No,
we can't ask you a question. Are you Christian?
Well,
No.
they can if it's a private company.
Okay.
I always even if it's a private company, it's not going to fly.
No, I always thought that somebody was telling me about Chick-fil-A.
It's Christian based. The people are owners, and I know that they're very. I mean, Culver's in this area is Christian based, and even you go to the Zaxby's, they're always playing Christian music.
Yeah, Zaxby's was always like that.
But
I like Zaxby's.
I don't.
Why?
It's going downhill.
The Zaxby, their wings were always okay, but I don't really care for like their their bread.
I've only eaten there once. I liked it.
I didn't like it.
Their zingers I like, and I love their crispy.
Their fries.
Salad.
Their fries. When their fries are on point, man. Their crinkle fries with the spice when they're fresh, fucking phenomenal.
Zax sauce.
And they have a Cajun sandwich too. That's great.
Oh yeah, I got one in the parking lot of our
that's the one. That's the only Zaxby's.
Yeah, the Firestone that I'm at.
We went when it opened.
Right now.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same one.
Oh, you got a Zaxby's? It's funny. Around here, every Firestone, fucking Bojangles right next door.
Yeah.
I see.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Potatoes.
Bojangles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those freaking potato cakes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So
Ooh.
That's we got a Zaxby's at our Firestone.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, you don't have to be a Christian to work at those places.
No, I remember when it first opened, that was like always the thing people were saying. Oh,
that's because everybody there. Most of them who are Christians are going to say, "Have a blessed day, have a good day," and it's like, are they freaking like the Stepford Wives? Like, are they all robots, like Christian robots? Because they're very, very nice and polite. Well, that's because you're used to freaking pulling the Burger King, going, "Yeah, I can't help you. What do you want?"
Why they're having a personal phone call on their cell phone.
Oh yeah, it's treating your employees right, paying them a good wage, and
you're going to get accountable too. Like it's I worked at a Burger King my senior year in high school, and then the summer when I came back, and the general manager was like, he was very great guy, was very strict. I mean, he was like, if a sandwich is under the lights for more than this time, it's dumped in the garbage. If the fries are up for this long, they dump in the garbage. We're not going to let anything sit and get cold, or we're not going to freaking have that problem. And he treated everybody respectful and and like treated everybody well, but he had expectations when it came to how the business was going to be run. But I mean, at lunchtime, it was like that was more than 2 minutes. He didn't want anybody waiting more than 2 minutes at the window.
Yeah.
I never worked fast food. I worked in a restaurant before, pretty busy restaurant, but fast food always was like one of those things where I was like, I would probably fucking throw a milkshake in someone's face. Like, I could at least walk away, get a different waitress, but when you're at a window or at like taking someone's door, you can't really walk away in fast food.
Yeah, there's some dicks. I mean, I never worked the window. I always worked in the back. I was like Louis Anderson. I first started off on burgers.
Yeah.
And coming to America, and now I'm on fries.
Yeah.
But I worked burgers and I worked fries, and you can see everybody and how they're acting, but it was all the managers were all in line with how the GM was, and it was customer service, speed, and make sure everything's fresh.
I think I've only ever been to the Burger King like twice. That's by us.
It's horrible. When it first opened up and the owner was there every day, I knew the owner, and then he, it got real busy. Then he started being an absentee owner, and he was never in, and then it just went to
what just opened shit. Over by Publix, did you say?
Oh no, it hasn't opened yet. The crumble cookie.
The crumble cookie.
I don't like crumble cookie.
I don't know what it really is. What is it, Jen?
They're so freaking thick. We get them at work a lot. Different vendors will drop them off. And there's one actually next to Publix up here.
I've never heard of it.
It's spelt weird. It's very thick. If you like cakey, thick cookies, you'll like them. Well, I'm a big fan of Insomnia Cookies that is downtown Greenville because they're buttery. They have that nice crisp to it, but yet soft. Kind of like how we talked about the oatmeal cookies, how we like them, like that nice little crunch to it, but soft, and you taste the butter. I just found crumble. I feel like I'm eating a ridiculous.
It's like doughy.
It's not like doughy. It's just very thick and cakey.
It's not really spelled weird. They just dropped the E.
It is spelled weird. It's not crumble.
Yeah, just crumble without the E, isn't it?
Yeah, sounds.
Yeah. Okay. It's not like it's spelled with an X in the middle.
And then there's obviously different toppings on them, but it's not. I don't.
It's a crumble cake with a K.
Yeah, I don't see it as a cookie. I'm not a fan.
Okay, so it's just a cookie play. I didn't know if it was cookies, cakes, muffins.
No, it's just cookies. But you'll have a cookie that's like an apple pie. Like, they'll have fresh apples
like
on it.
Like when we went to Duck Donuts, you could get anything on the donut you wanted.
Yeah, all right.
They have a ridiculous assortment.
Do you guys have a Duck Donuts by you?
We have one in Greenville. It's not near here. It's over on Pelham.
I was at a Duck Donut, I think, in North Carolina. I can't remember where else I've been to a Duck Donut before, but we used to have the Donut Connection, or what was that place called?
Donut Experiment.
Fantastic.
Which is the same thing, you get a donut, and you get whatever you want.
Yeah,
I always like the freaking maple syrup and bacon.
The bacon. That's what I was about to say.
I would get the vanilla with fruity pebbles. Vanilla drizzle with fruity pebbles on
that
it.
bacon
I
one,
like
Kerr.
My favorite. They had a chocolate
so
with like chocolate cookie crumbles.
Yeah, that was good too.
You know, yeah, that was
yeah. So
and the
Graham
part was so good.
When we visit Graham, he has one down the road from him, and we always go there. And that's what I get is that maple with the bacon.
Bacon up all day long. Those
are addictive.
Sweet and
they
salty.
Are good.
Yep. Oh, there he is. Yeah, it's that's my favorite. I've had your fruity pebble one before, which is really good too. You know, but they
need it fresh though, because then the fruity pebbles get stale. So it's like you like that initial crunch.
Yeah,
but they closed.
Yeah, they left, and I don't know why. They put in Miles in whatever ice cream place, but they do have duck donuts. It's just not convenient to where we are.
No. Yeah, we don't have anything like that around us. So yeah, but we don't really ever go. Like we kind of like to go to places when we go and visit places.
Yeah,
try different things. You know, if we had it here all the time, it wouldn't.
We'd never eat it.
Yeah, like it wouldn't. It wouldn't be fun or cool.
Well,
except for Jersey Mike's.
The crepe place we went to, I like.
Yeah.
See, now we have a crepe place down the road from us, and it's a hole in the wall, but it's like really really good. Fantastic.
Well, and we had good crepes at that the place in Greer too, that the coffee shop. One time we went there, Dad.
Oh yeah, well that's because they specialize in crepes. They're really good stuff. I mean,
that's all the one by us. It's called the crepe chef. That's all he does.
Yeah,
and he makes great stuff. I used to have his stuff a lot way back in the day.
Yeah, I haven't been there with you ever. I used to go there all the time.
The only reason I said he used to provide when I did all the volunteer work with the American Cancer Society, he would come to all the meetings and he'd set up his flat top and he'd make us all crepes.
I used to take Graham and Isaiah when they were in high school over there, and we would eat.
Oh, I love crepe stuff. Yeah. Good crepe.
So good.
So, have you smoked the number 3 yet, Kev, or just number 2?
No, number 2 because it was I only had like a little tiny like a cigarello Kahlua for breakfast, so I didn't want to follow up another one. I really wanted a fresh palate, you know, when doing like those testers. So yes, I smoked the number 2. It was actually really good, you know, for just an unbanded, no name cigar. I mean, I would pay. I mean, if you ask me like the price tag on that particular one, I would say that was an $8 cigar, you know, $6 to $8 the way it burned.
Yeah,
you know, these are the ones he sent us from the other factory.
Yeah, so. I figured that's what you guys were talking about. I just didn't want to like say anything that I shouldn't say, so I'm just staying quiet. So I'm just like
the Closed Factory series. And thank you for your vote on the artwork.
I thought number 1 was the best. I like that the color reminds me of like the way the image is, like that would go with that whole retro.
Yeah.
I mean, the other ones were retro too, but that
they're very nice, but they're too busy.
Yeah, but that blue just like solidifies.
Kerr and I have been working on that all day. So
really?
Yeah, that's what. And when I say Kerr and I have been working on that all day, Kerr's been working on it all day, and I've just been giving my feedback.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been crafting all day.
So. The lettering is Kevin's idea. The style of font.
I liked it.
I just Googled like 50 signs. It was like an old bowling alley.
And it had
that's what you
and you know what, Kevin, what cracked me up is when you sent that to me, I'm like, motherfucker, when they just put a new sign up with welcome to Simpsonville, and it's done in that style.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And I'm like, how the fuck? So I was pulling up all these different fonts from the 50s, and they're all looking pretty cool. And I love, Kevin, that one I really like, but you're like, I could not unsee when it would you say, all I see is tick.
Oh yeah. It was just the font. This way it said like the S's were like almost like Z's, so it said tick in the middle, so sticks. You know, I can read it.
He goes, all I see is tick, and I was like, I can't unsee that now.
Yeah. When somebody looks at something fast, you don't want them seeing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not the impression.
I sent those fonts, and Kevin's like, you should do each one a different color. I'm like, fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I liked it. I really did. I thought that.
Then I separated it because I'm like,
but...
it was like one part's covering the boob, the other part's covering the butt a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think it looks pretty good.
It does. I like it. Out. That one I like.
So,
a lot.
I'm gonna see about getting that picture cleaned up and because of the pixelation, and then I'm wondering if I send that to someone in Fiverr and said, "Hey, can you clean this
absolutely.
up?"
I do it all the time. Like I said, just a basic image. So if you're going to go to like that guy I sent you, send him that logo and he can vectorize it and clean that logo up.
He wants to do the picture.
So the whole thing. So that I'll
send if I sent him the whole Adobe Illustrated file, he would have the font and everything and just listen.
I'll find like stuff on and I'll copy and like just. I can screenshot something for him, and then
that's because they go over it, and they draw over it.
Yeah,
it's like putting a piece of like tracing paper, and they redo the whole thing and crisp the image.
I fiddled with that.
I just don't have a program.
I'm very inconsistent with doing that, and the guy who when I did that cigar for our football golf outing. He went through and did that for the logo.
Oh, nice. Because
it was kind of pixelated, but he went through. His guy at UPS did that for me. And he's not even there anymore, I don't think. But and the part that really irritated me about him was he's a super nice guy. He was very, very talented, but he was trying to get his graphic arts company off the ground, but he had so much work at UPS that everything got sidetracked. It's sidebarred because of this extra work he was doing at UPS. I mean, me wanting, 10 mugs and have him work out a cigar band versus, someone who wants him to print off like 100 menus, I mean, it's so, or, signs. And I know they got sidetracked with that, but I was trying to, that's what the guy was telling you. I was trying to give them they did all these. Yeah. It took me forever to get them. I'm like, guys, I mean, I'm trying to give you local business, and you're kind of forcing my hand to just have to go online and find someone who's going to be fast and less expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to pay more for local, but I mean, here.
That's part of the problem too, is I know a lot of times when you were like trying to get certain things done, you'd stay real local, and that would be the longest.
And I just got frustrated,
especially for like stickers or like labels. I was like,
it's irritating when I try and use a friend of mine that's local, and then always making those posts. Hey, if you need work done, shop local. Here's what I do. Here's what I do, and then I give you a project. 4 weeks later, you're posting a picture of something. He's never going to see this show, but like woodworking stuff. And he's like, "Oh, I spent 60 hours and I made this beautiful thing for my wife. She's gonna love it." And I'm like, I want so many times I want to reach out to his wife and I go, "Hey, I hope you liked that," because he just lost $1,000 worth of business because he spent a week making you that item for free.
Right.
And I pulled my item from him, because he wanted to make that from you. So I just want you to appreciate that gift he gave you, because it's worth so much more than what he's got.
I agree 100% with you on that. I mean, that's because
for a business perspective, yes, but
it's from a business and a personal perspective.
But from that gentleman's personal perspective, him making that for his wife was important to him.
And that is where you outweigh the. Well, no, I'm saying here's where you outweigh saying that if it meant that much to you, then you made a decision,
right?
And you're losing business now.
No, I agree. I'm only laughing just because of who it is. That's why I'm.
Yeah, it's irritating. And then my one buddy Rusty, he'll never see this.
First off, Rusty was supposed to build us the barn door like 4 years ago.
And then I could have made Rusty tens of thousands of dollars. He's a great woodworker.
He's a fantastic woodworker,
and then just has these beautiful CNC machines that he can make everything. He's like, "Hey, I got this idea for like this fishing rod holder," and he goes, and I come up with a way to flat pack it so people can assemble it really fast. And I'm like, it's fucking brilliant. These things are going on Etsy they're a fortune, and you can make these beautiful ones and sell them for less. I'm like, give me like 100 of them. I go, I'll buy them all from you. And then we'll sell them.
And he never did it.
Yeah, like two years I was on to him about that.
We have a bunch of projects that we gave him. He built our original Cigarprop stands for when we started
display?
The displays.
Beautiful.
They are incredible, and but it took him fucking mind-blowing forever to get them done.
Yeah,
it's sad.
It is, and he's like he's kind of like, I don't know how would you, he's shy is not even the right word. He's just not an engaging person.
Yeah,
like he's kind of
need to be an engaging person.
No, he is like very like inward.
He's just a pain in the ass. So yeah, I haven't talked to him in over a year. I refuse to give him any more business. I hadn't even gone up to his shop.
Well, how could you? When COVID happened, he literally shut himself off from everyone, which is fine. But then everyone's got to make money somehow.
Yeah, but we tried finding a local woodworker. We reached out to a couple people. We were actually at a festival.
Yeah.
And this guy had this beautiful freaking woodworking. I mean, just beautiful.
Inlay.
And we're like, I'm looking to do a freaking logo, have my logo done in wood. He goes, oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, he's really talented. It was like maybe a 3x3, well, maybe not that big. Okay, 2x2. Okay, yeah, great. Send me this, send me that. Okay, send it to him. Fucking nothing.
Yeah,
nothing. And I'm following up, going, bless you. And when I do flip a little bit of being a little bit of a dick switch, I just say, okay, I'm not. Okay, you realize I'm not asking this for free. Like I'm going to pay you for that, right? Like there's going to be money exchanged, and I'm asking you for a quote because the guy who I was talking about, Justin down at UPS, I was like, we get all of our stickers through Sticker Wheel. We do all this through here. We do all. I said, if you have your company, you could do this. I'll do all my stickers through you. I'll do all my freaking merchandise through you. We do coffee. I mean, we've been wanting to do a really nice coffee mugs, and he did a couple coffee mugs. A couple of them turned out really cool. The Wesley one turned out cool. He did one for the ash holes. I gotta send. I was just experimenting with a couple of different logos and a couple of different way this would look, and he did a really good job with the ones that he gave me. And stickers, he did the freaking cigar bands for me, and it was on the right type of paper. It was not expensive at all. It's not the freaking raised and all that shit, but freaking for what I was looking for, like if you want to do a bundle cigar, perfect. And then just
nothing.
Same here locally. Stickers, business cards, even business cards. I tried to go to a local company and for some like basic business cards that were like, but they were nice, and then get a price, and they're 4 times the price of any online company. I go, I want to shop local, but I can't spend that on business cards.
I think the worst is when you do shop local. Sometimes it's the fact that the turnaround is way longer than it should be. I mean, I want us to support mom and pop shops. I believe in that because obviously we're a mom and pop shop in a sense. Like we want people to support us, but damn, at least we get shit out right away.
Yeah, that's the priority for you.
We don't we don't literally even if it's the weekend and we know there's no mail, we still get all the orders done before. Kevin has piles sometimes, we know no mail's going out, but it's going to be ready for freaking Monday morning to go right out.
And even when I'd get custom orders for stuff back in the day, I don't do anything custom anymore.
Not anymore.
But I remember the last one was for the Cigar Militia. And Kevin and I quoted him it was like 8 weeks. I go, you want these custom nub tools? I go, man, it's like 8 weeks. And it's after the 4-week mark. I'm like, I'm never gonna do these. I farmed them out to someone else. Another friend of mine that does the same thing. I'm like, hey, I need these made. So I got them. I didn't make any money on them, which is fine. Yeah. Kevin got them all done. My buddy made some money, and then that was the last custom order I ever did. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy the same way, just not being able to do something.
Because you knew your time wasn't you couldn't do.
Yeah. When I factor
you're
it,
cognizant of not only your time but also your reputation and your name,
right.
and making sure that you live up to your word.
Kevin has always done though. He will easily take a job, but then he'll be like, I can give this to someone else who probably needs the money.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of times where we've done that. But I just don't understand like some of the local businesses. I just don't get it.
It's frustrating. I was at a local lounge, and I know the guy. He just opened up a couple months ago. Gave him some of my cigars. He's like, I don't think your cigars we don't really fit in with what we have here. I'm like, really? Because you don't have any barber poles in there, and I'm a local company, and I believe in supporting local. Yeah, we really don't have people coming here looking for local cigars, and I just thought, long story short, I was like, all right. I was like, he was no hard feeling. Like, no, I'm like, I said our paths will cross again someday, and I said it's well, I appreciate you coming in and supporting us. I'm like, yeah, I bet you do.
I bet you love coming in and supporting a local company.
Yeah. Don't find many people wanting local.
Yeah.
Gotta wait for all them out of
That's what you should have said. That's no wonder you're not very busy. Nobody wants to shop local.
Well, you know what though? That's the thing. That is the part that, like, especially for local cigar shops, and I don't care if anybody likes this or not. Don't preach support your local business. You all right over there?
Yeah. My ear had an itch, and then
he tried to burn me.
Yeah,
burn her. She's a witch. How do you know she's a witch? She turned me into a newt. Monty Python. Kevin probably didn't see that. But it's like, you preach support local. Like, you got to support your local tobacconist, your local cigar shop. You go in JRs. Why would you want to do that? You get this. And this Viajante Stogie Road started off with visiting and supporting and promoting cigar shops. That was I rated them. That was the way I started off. And I find it highly hypocritical to say in one fucking voice, yes, we appreciate you supporting the local business, supporting us, and then say, well, I'm a local cigar company. You smoke my cigars. You said they don't suck. Now, if I came in and I gave you cigars and they sucked, or you didn't like them, okay, right. I get it, right? Let's because there's a couple of companies, and I think there's a couple of companies that came in there that were local, and I know one of them that they don't have good cigars. So now they kind of now they want to typecast, all the local cigar companies.
What's weird?
But I'm like, I gave you the cigars. I'm like, if it doesn't suck, the pricing is freaking fair. We're not a boutique that's $12, $18, $15 a cigar. Why wouldn't you bring it in your cigar shop to promote locally? And then you are the tobacconist. It's your responsibility to say, hey, you know what's new? We have one of our local guys who has a company here. This is a local cigar. You know what? If you have local people, they'll want to freaking try it. And if you just want to walk in and just point out brands, then you're not a tobacconist.
Yeah, but see, that guy is not clearly. I don't know who this person is, but every time we go somewhere, what is one of the two things we say? What, like, do you guys have a house blend, or do you have any anything local that's being made? Yeah, that you sell any local cigar companies.
Yeah, we've been in some shops almost where they'll have like 3 or 4 facings of like different local companies. Yeah, and they have like a little sign said, made local.
Yeah, but that is
I've been to enough cigar shops with that too.
Every time we go and travel, that is one of the first two things.
But that's
so do I, Jess.
Every time.
Questions. Do you have anything local? Do you have any house blends? Who makes your house blends?
Yes.
And do you have anything unique that I can't get anywhere else?
Yes.
I always ask those questions.
Always.
Yeah, like the guys at Screaming Eagle, like they have their house blend, and they tell you it's a Rocky Patel Edge with our band on it. But it's I always buy them when I'm there. Cool, I got a Screaming Eagle, the band. It's cool. Right. I always support the local. They're getting it for a little bit more. But yeah, even if that guy just put a sign up, made here in South Carolina, or not
and
made
not
here
true.
in South
People
Carolina.
People love that. Like when you go places and you see like locally like made like honey
or
like
honey, barbecue sauce,
all that stuff. People buy that.
It's the reason why they freaking have local fucking, whiskeys around here, moonshines, everything.
Oh, yeah.
And,
absolutely.
And listen, I'm a salesman, so I offered everything I could offer, that would have been flexible and helpful to another local business. Hey, you know what? Bring in a box each, and I'll come back in a month, and we'll see if it's moving. Whatever. If you don't want to keep them, just pay me for what sold, and I'll take them. I'll take them back. You know what? Bring in a box each. I'll do a freaking cigar event, and I'll introduce the brand to your freaking, to your group. Whatever. If you keep saying no, then you know what? I don't cut my nose off to spite my own face, but I also find it really hard to support someone who's a local company that won't even be flexible to support another company that's local. And my problem is this: what I offered, there is no downside for that individual.
Right.
There's no downside. You're not stuck with a $300 order. You're not stuck with cigars that you bought that aren't moving. You're not stuck with a freaking guy who just passed by and you're not going to see him again. There's zero downside to it. As a business owner, you're getting freaking product for free and you're giving it a test run. If it fails, there's no loss on your end.
I did that at our local Harley dealership when I was making the beard product. I tried for a year to get in, couldn't get in. And one day I just bought a little display. And then, and the young lady, Tammy, she's like, I told you, I don't think, and I'm like, no, this is free. There you go. So it's yours. You can have it.
Yeah.
And you put it on the counter. I go, yeah, it's just yours. If you sell it, you sell it. If not, I'll come pick it back up. And it was like 3 days later, she called me up. They're like, hey, we sold out instantly. It's all gone in like 3 days. And she was a good client for years.
Yeah. I mean, I used to, when Kevin and I first started dating, he used to have me drop it off there. And then we picked up the second one up in Tampa.
Yeah.
For a little bit that was buying it. And then it just kind of faded away. I mean, because everybody has beard product now.
Yeah.
Everybody.
So, but like on her, there was no downside, but she saw that. She's like, oh, there's no downside. I don't have to cut you a check. Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing.
So and then she sat, and then it sold, and then it was just on from there.
There's no catch.
Nice.
There's nothing. There's no risk. I mean,
the only time when we used to get annoyed was at the barber shop because they would never call you and tell you that they ran out.
That was another local place. Like I said,
people would ask.
So he'd call me up, and be like, "Hey, man, we really need some product. We've been out for like a month." Okay, you've been out for a month. And I always wanted to say that to Lenny. I go, "Are you out of combs? Are you out of anything else that your guys use?"
Right.
Oh no, why is that? Because you can't afford to be out of anything. I live 5 minutes from your shop.
I know.
Just call me.
I know. I had a shop like that.
I used to drive Kevin crazy.
Yeah. I had a shop like that. I don't deal with them anymore because it was like, yeah, I'll take 2 boxes. Okay, great. And within, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks, they'd be out.
Yeah.
Right.
Wouldn't hear anything. And it was a ways away. So I'd visit there every couple of months. Mm-hmm. I'd pop in. Hey, you're empty. Yeah, we've been out for a while. Why didn't you call me? Well, with our cycle and our pay, I'm like, all right, I'm done. Well, why? Well, because you ordered 2 boxes. Because you ordered 2 boxes at a time. This one had 10 count boxes. You ordered 2 boxes at a time. You sell out rather quickly. And then it takes you 4 weeks to pay $90.
Yeah.
So and then I have to chase after you to stock my stuff in your store because it's selling out. I see you have 5,000 boxes of freaking this cigar. You got 8 boxes of that cigar because you're on a regular billing cycle with the rep. It's nothing ever ceases to amaze me, and there's just some things that I expect, but sometimes I'm just like I scratch my head and think, man, as a business person, it's like if someone said to me, listen, I'm going to make all your cigars for you, I'm going to ship them to you, you're going to get them, and you just pay me as you sell them. why would I say no to that?
Right.
Yeah. Now, do you guys have any farmers markets? I wonder how cigars are doing at farmers market.
Is there? Can you even do that though at a farmers market? It's tobacco.
I don't know. That's a good question. There are some farmers markets downtown. There's every little area has their own little farmers market. We'd have to probably try that out to see what the return on investment would be for that.
My concern would be, would they even allow it because of the fact that it's tobacco and it's a farmer's market and
we did that whole freaking bikers night, and that just ended up being a clusterfuck, just to fucking sell cigars, in a tent at a fundraiser. And it was not like it's not like we live in freaking, Boston, Massachusetts. It was a little freaking podunk town around here.
Was horrible.
It was ridiculous. I mean, it was like,
you want
to set up a smoke? We're gonna have to call the fire department. Why? I'm selling cigars. I'm not lighting them and freaking throwing them at people.
Right. It just seems like like anytime we've ever done anything with the beard stuff, even that was like a hassle. At the markets and stuff. I don't know. It's just, I think that's a certain like mindset and lifestyle for people like that, like doing that. I mean, I hated when we did that.
Yeah, flea markets and stuff.
It was terrible.
But I don't know. I mean,
that's for the return on investment, and you also got to take into consideration the time. The investment of time is, how much money am I going to make if I spend 5 hours at this, am I going to make any money? Will I make inroads? And it's also the byproduct. Like, one nice thing is we made, we did pretty decent at the motorcycle event, but we had a lot of people like, hey, who carries your cigars?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll send them to that shop, but there's days where I'm like, I throw my hands in the air. I'm like,
you should say, who carries my cigars? My website.
Well, I was just gonna say, there's so many days I just want to throw my hands in the air and go,
my website.
F brick and mortar. I'm just gonna freaking take my cigars. I'll down price them, and then I'll just sell them online. And
listen, I don't think there's anything wrong with people who do break away from brick and mortar. There's plenty of people who support brick and mortar. Like, one person pulling away from that for a while isn't going to make or break a brick and mortar.
Oh no, they won't. The tough part for me is, like, I do have some brick and mortars that have been very supportive and loyal from the beginning. And Dave at Boat, when he wants to hold an event, and he holds an event with me, he sits down and he goes, hey, what do you want to do? Let's talk about it. And he goes, listen, he goes, I'm going to get some food. I'm going to pay for the food. You know what? I'm going to give away this at your event. So he tries to hype it up, and he is like one of the nicest. Yeah. And he's been around for 40 years, so he's doing something right.
Yeah, clearly.
So when I'm sitting there looking at a guy who's been in business for over 40 years, their cigar shop, and we're working together. I'm a local cigar brand owner. He's talking and working with me just like he would the Altadas rep, and he's treating me with that same respect. And I'm looking at some of these smaller cigar shops going, hey, it might, there's a reason why this guy's been in business for as long as he has been. He gets it. And he didn't bring us in right away either. It took some time to build rapport and a relationship with him, but he is 100% loyal.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people who are opening cigar lounges and stuff, a lot of them don't last more than a year. You see that all the time. That they change hands or they close down.
He told us there's a Whiskar. Have you heard of a Whiskar?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a chain. It's a big whiskey cigar bar.
No, I've never
Apparently,
heard of
there's
it.
supposed to be a big one opening up here in Greenville.
Really?
That's coming out. Yeah, actually, when I was at that cigar shop, I ran into Travis, who is the owner of Modern Cigar, that we do the infused cigar for, and fucking great guy. He's expanding. He had a shop killed it. I mean, it's packed every night, but it was at the end of a strip mall, so he's getting complaints from freaking all these different, neighbors.
Yeah.
So he's getting a standalone. But we were shooting the shit about, the price of property in Greenville is just ridiculous, and just how many deals fell through, and then the trouble he's been having trying to get a cigar shop in some of these areas. And he was telling me that this Cigar is supposed to be opening up in Greenville soon. And I was like, its name's vaguely familiar, but these bigger whiskey cigar bars. You know what area you talked about? It's kind of, hold on, I'm sorry, but
go ahead.
Right at the end of our road at the highway, don't please. Thank you.
This is my idea.
I know, but it's my story. So right up the road was an old Ruby Tuesdays that closed down. It's right off the exit.
Literally. And
Jen's like, you and Kevin should talk to Jeff Borshowitz about
be a perfect
opening up. Yeah, I'm sure.
Carolina.
Hey Kev, can you get Jeff on the line? Hey Jeff, listen.
Kerr,
do you have
a couple
$2 million
You'd
free?
make a ton of money. It's
Just
a
saying,
beautiful piece of real estate right there.
Why not just open?
Huge.
But it's it's got a grill. I mean, it's perfect location. That's one of the areas he was looking at to open up the modern cigar.
That's what David Skelton with Texas Cigar Roadshow. He did a show, I don't know, a year or so ago out in Texas, and it was the same thing. It was like a converted Outback or Applebee's that they made into a cigar lounge. Still had all the booths and tables. Still had the grill.
That's
and
cool.
a bar.
Yeah, you need to get Jeff
How
up
cool
here.
Is that?
Bring him up here. There's nothing like it in this area. To have a Corona cigar would be a gold mine.
He told me it was selling for $1.9 million. Someone bought it, and then they're reselling it. But that and that other place was $1.9 million too. But
is it kind of like a kitschy fad type of thing though? Like the whiskey cigar? I don't even know what you call it.
I don't know. We're finding what I'm finding out, especially up in Charlotte area, is these whiskey and cigar bars are popping up all over. Like the vintage, the one I was up there.
Yeah. Speakeasies are coming back.
They're all popping
up.
I
keep seeing all these really cool
the place
converted hidden things like behind it looks like a laundromat, but it's not. You open it's like a fake dryer,
like the red telephone and whatever that is.
I could see that. And their cigar and whiskey lounges.
Well, the place I was talking about earlier, that guy said he'd bring my stuff in. It's got kind of like that feel to it. A little bit, but yeah, I mean, I was laughing because Jen was like talking about, this would be a perfect spot for a Corona. I was like,
yeah, Jeff had to twist Tanya's arm to let him open up the one in
Sarasota.
The new one in Sarasota, and she's like, no more.
Tough sell in Simpsonville, South Carolina.
Well,
but if you like, just knowing like where Duncan used to work, right? That is right off the highway, and that guy made a killing and continues to make a killing off the highway. Duncan would tell me he would sell freaking a ridiculous amount of bundles to truckers. They just pop off the road.
I believe it.
Boom, grab their freaking thing. It's just
but you want to know something like with Corona and stuff, like, yeah, he has these locations, but it's taken him. He has like a specific team that so he can still do the other stuff, but he still wants to be, I think, very hands-on, like where he could pop in. It's only a few hour drive somewhere to pop in. Same
with Abe, it's like
he never wants to be too far.
If it's too far away, but yeah, that would be. I've always said ever since I saw that one David did, in the converted whatever Applebee's, I'm like, what a fucking brilliant idea.
Yep.
But you got to be in an area too that demands.
Yeah, but how
traffic.
But how how many times lounges we've all been into, like I would want to be like in an Applebee's where like the four of us could sit in our own booth.
Oh yeah.
And have a table and just smoke and and talk and or have the bar or have
it would definitely
or like
be
the
cool.
long you had 12 guys, you put the tables together and you can smoke and have a good time. It's brilliant. I've never been into a lounge ever in my life that's had enough seating.
No.
You know, for these
never,
events.
Never.
You know,
right?
You know, yeah.
No, this place. I mean, it is just. And when Travis told me that was in play, I start laughing. He goes, I realize. He goes, I know FH2 wouldn't be too happy because they're across the street.
F them.
But he goes, hey man, business is business. He goes, and this place is open. He goes, I want to serve food. The bars. He goes, they have a grill. They have a bar.
So cool.
He goes, and I'm sitting there thinking, I laughed. I said, my fiance, when we saw that, was like, this would be a great cigar place. And I said, it's not only is right off the exit and easy access, but then there's also a service road on the side that connects to the next exit, which is what exit is that? The next exit up? Where Harrison Bridge Road.
There's hotels on the road.
So there's Harrison Bridge Road.
So is he thinking about buying that?
Well, it's one of the places he was talking about.
Wow, that would be really interesting.
But it's like,
cool
if you're, like I said, if you're on the highway, you can pop off and go in. If you're freaking off Harrison Bridge Road, you don't have to get on the highway. You just take the service road right up from there.
Wow.
Boom. You get shit ton of traffic because on that service road is like Kohl's, Michael's, and then right down the road is Walmart, Cracker Barrel.
What is such a good idea? You know, turn it into like a Texas Roadhouse. You give free peanuts, and you know people come in.
I mean, the fact that if you were able to have like finger foods or appetizers or something, because a lot of times too people like to eat.
Sometimes they just want some like cheese sticks and pretzel bites, and you don't have to serve steaks. You can just serve sliders and French fries, and you know,
Boda does that. Boda's got freaking they'll have a couple of sandwiches. They got like a Cuban. They got a panini press in the back. Yeah,
that's
I mean,
smart.
Little grill.
Because there's been so many times where we've gone somewhere and we're like, we better eat before we go into the lounge because we're hungry.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I've eaten lunch. I've eaten food at Dave's place, and I tell you what, their Cuban sandwich is fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. In Florida, I know there's an issue with food and smoking, but I think as long as it's like the predominant, you know, sales of cigars or tobacco, you can smoke. You know, you can't smoke in like a
a full dining facility.
It's brilliant. I think, you know, ever since I saw that, you know, that's always been in my mind. Like that would be, I think it would be a gold mine because other than that one in Texas I've never seen another one like that.
I'm sure there are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ones, you know, so many lounges across the country.
There's so many.
The hook though, when you think about it, especially like around here, and I'm sure it's like in Florida, is if you want to serve liquor, you have to serve food. So that
you can serve just liquor. Yeah. I mean, because that's what a bar is.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things here with getting a liquor license is their ability to also have food.
Oh.
So okay.
So we don't have that.
Yeah, because I know like chains can come in, like if an Applebee's comes into like our town, which we have, you know, but say there wasn't one, they automatically get a liquor license just because the amount of food. So like I said, you know, if I bought an Applebee's, I would have to buy a liquor license. So I mean, at $800,000, it's
ridiculous.
You know, it's ridiculous to buy a liquor license. But if you had, you know, finger foods, I said, you know, and then you had beer and wine's easy to get. Everybody gets a beer.
Well, everybody gets beer and wine.
Yeah, everybody.
I mean, it's but when you see liquor, odds are they're going to have some sort of finger food, like the place I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
They make mott sticks, they make egg rolls, and he makes, you know, basically frozen fucking pizza. You know, same thing at the Cameroon when they brought in liquor, they have a little freaking, you know, like a little toaster oven. And they make all their freaking food that way because
I mean, I just think that's smart.
Yeah. All you need is all you need is a couple fryers, and you could have everything.
Yeah,
you know, and it's
it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's genius.
Yeah.
I would love to do it.
I mean, if we lived in an area and it was populated where like. I just don't see that happening here in Northport.
No, I don't think I could make it here in Northport. It's not, you know.
That would be something cool in a more populated area.
Yeah, or you know,
Doug was trying to convince Perez because he owns that whole building. Yeah. So you have Tobacco Plus, then there's a bar, and attached to that bar is this little restaurant. You know, So that you can eat, you can order your food at the bar from this little restaurant, plus there's also some seating there. And Duncan's like, when their lease is up, they're always late on their rent. They always make excuses. When their lease is up, don't renew it. Put a hole in that wall where your lounge is that leads right into the bar. Yeah. And you have this whole area. You'll be the hot spot in the upstate. And he didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, he had all the opportunity to get that done. Great location too, right off the highway.
Yeah, some people are just scared, they don't see, they just want to keep with their little
it's also outfit. Maybe not in their wheelhouse, right? And so
I think he was comfortable, I think, with just having his little area, right? Yeah. That he could oversee with all of his cameras. He makes his rent from his tenants, and then he probably clears close to $1 million a year in doing check cashing.
Yeah.
God.
You were there, Kevin. You saw it. And then he's got a big ass humidor, and freaking just rolls in like that, makes his money.
It's crazy, But I think it's a good idea. It's definitely. Then you just got to figure out your return on your investment, But especially if you're spending, $1 million, $2 million on a place, then you got a couple $100,000 of build out, and it's definitely a long term.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because I was the one place he was looking at. He was telling me, and this was an old nightclub. He's like, I probably would need about $250,000 of building out. You redoing the whole heat and ventilation. I don't know how long that Ruby Tuesday's been closed down, but you don't know what condition the inside is in. You don't know what condition the roof is in or the freaking whatever. But you have to build a humidor. But if you got $2.5 million to invest, that's just for the place and building it. Then you got to stock it.
So Kevin and I, when we were looking at like the humidors, like that people build and stuff, like the companies, it's not unreasonable.
Yeah,
it's not complicated.
But like you said, Kerr, the inventory, of stocking. If you have a good size humidor and you want to stock it with 50, 60,000 cigars, a couple hundred facings, you get up to $250,000 worth of inventory really fucking quick.
Yeah, you get a place that big, you're not going to walk in there and have 10 facings. I mean, you want to have some pretty robust, facings in there.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, I know with Travis, he's like, listen, he goes, my clientele, he goes, people come in here, they like certain cigars. He goes, so that's why he had a big location. His humidor wasn't that big. He's like, I don't need a very big humidor. I need a humidor to carry the cigars that people like that come here. He goes, it's all newer smokers. They all like flavored cigars. They all want something that's going to taste good with their drink. That's what I have in my humidor. He's like, bringing in a Padron or a Fuente isn't going to do me any good.
No.
He's like, I like that, but my clientele, my customers, they don't. That's why he's like, he told me the apple pie did well too. But the apple pie, infusion and the cognac infusion, freaking if my gringos sit there, no one, a handful of people touch them. I infuse them, freaking 4 boxes go like that.
Yeah, I was with my buddy Adam. I met him up there at Northport Cigars 2 weeks ago. He's in town, hit and miss. But I was telling him about the mojito one, and he's like, it's fucking brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant, for, like a mixed drink infused cigar.
That was a Kevin idea, mojito.
Yeah. But he started, he's got a mobile cigar lounge, like an Airstream, but it's built to look like an Airstream. He builds the chassis, he builds them out 100% from nothing. He doesn't convert anything. He started franchising them. So he's got a couple people on the franchise.
Oh, wow, okay.
You come in and like I said, he provides, the whole trailer, it's all built out, everything else, and it's turnkey. You come pick it up. Wow. So he started that business, and that's what he's hoping that will take off.
I think that mojito cigar, there's 2 problems with it. One is I picked the wrong cigar to try and infuse with rum. I don't think the Sandela was a good cigar to infuse.
Yeah.
For some reason. And I think I picked the wrong rum. I have to find a rum that's going to actually capture the flavor of the rum. And I don't know if I got to go with something like a spiced rum or something. I don't know, but
doesn't a mojito have a lot of a mint flavor too?
Sugar, mint, and
but what I did was the stuff I sent you. Did you ever try that?
Yeah. It's actually. I thought it would be a lot sweeter than it's sweet.
It's well, the reason why it's not as sweet is because as you can tell, if you read the caloric, numbers, everything, it's water based. It's very it dries. It can't tell. But what I did was I mixed some mint extract in with that sweetness and dipped it in that. So when you do cut it and you light it, you get mint blast, you get mint flavors off of that tip.
Yeah.
So maybe that's like it. Like
well,
let them have a mojito while they're smoking that, and it just gets an extra blast of mint.
Yeah, I just think I don't know. For some reason, I think I just picked the wrong cigar. Maybe I just need to pick a non-barber pole cigar and just
try it.
Let it infuse a little bit longer or something. But it just was not like the cognac for some reason. It was just it's a distinctive flavor. It picked up even the apple pie. Moonshine, it didn't infuse very well. It was okay, but it was very weak.
I don't know, whatever Jeffrey's doing.
Yeah, I think they're doing that. Has to be something where you're spraying it, or there's something.
I don't know.
More.
And the good thing on that, he has the ability to do that. When he's making the cigars,
he's rolling.
He has the ability to put it on the inside.
Yeah. I mean, that's a different level when you do that. But honestly, when I did the tip, and here's what's funny about it is the sugar solution that you have, and I put in some cinnamon extract.
Yeah.
And when you smell it, you do get that faint apple pie smell, but you get the cinnamon, and that cinnamon automatically makes you think of, when you see apple pie, you think of an apple pie because of the cinnamon flavor.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I think that's why that did so well. So
you should do some pumpkin spice this fall.
Jesus. Ew.
Yeah.
And call it basic, bitch.
Yeah. I mean, there was one, I think a CAO did their autumn blend, which was like a pumpkin spice.
I've been using pumpkin spice and nutmeg in the waffle mix for the dogs. And Gabby, she loves, like, pumpkin pie is Gabby's favorite anyway, and her birthday is coming up. So, like, we always do pumpkin pie, but, like, I made some pumpkin spice nutmeg waffles this morning for the dogs.
But doing a pumpkin spice cigar, I think, would be really easy because if you have pumpkin, right?
Yeah.
Pumpkin, the taste of pumpkin is kind of earthy.
It is.
Like a cigar, right? And what makes it different is the cinnamon and the nutmeg.
Yeah.
You freaking throw some cinnamon and nutmeg freaking extract in a freaking and dip it. Boom. You got yourself a freaking spice. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all it is. Absolutely. With a sweetened tip. Fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sweetened tip with a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg. You're not going to go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with it. But it is really, it's funny when with experimenting with some of the liquors, how some of them do a really good job and the cigars do absorb it really well, and others just don't. Like rum.
How much
I know the Jameson ones I did with the Boveda, those were powerful.
That is what I want to experiment with rum, is do that Boveda, because I actually did Boveda, I think, with cognac, and it was the same thing. Like you said, I was like, woo,
yeah,
yowza. That was definitely different. But I want to experiment this time. I got the rum I got, I think, was like this. It was a little bit more. It was Zacapa.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there thinking, maybe I just need to go with a cheap ass rum.
So, sometimes I said the cheap rums that are they're strong, but by the time it's infused in the cigar, you lose a lot of that, that strength, but it's still there.
It's going to be there. It's going to be more prevalent than a more expensive that doesn't have that freaking potency, right? Like, for example, if I pick up a freaking bottle of Jose Cuervo and I sniff it, and I pick up a freaking bottle of $80 fucking tequila and sniff it. Two different things. That's why the cognac that I used was super cheap cognac. It was like $5 for a bottle, and it freaking. So I think I'm gonna have to go with something cheaper, a little bit more pungent, so it takes it in there. Maybe I'll do a tequila infused.
Yeah.
Are we getting another hurricane?
I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe we'll get mezcal.
Do a tequila with a lime, a lime tip. I wonder if you could do the sugar and a little bit of salt. Have a tequila, lime, and salt. Have your. I don't
know about the saltiness. I don't
know about the saltiness, but even like a little lime, tequila and lime. I think that would be.
You buy your cigar, it gives a little salt packet with it. Just dip the tip in the salt.
Yeah, lick it and dip the sip. Yeah, but yeah, that might be cool, like a tequila and lime.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to try that. I think I'm going to have to get either a Jose Cuervo or a mezcal, and I'm interested in how the mezcal would do because that is a little bit more. It's filtered through like charred wood, so when you drink mezcal that has the worm in it.
Yeah.
It's Monte Alba mezcal is what it's called. I know mezcal is that's but it's Monte Alba that's got the worm in it, and it's got a very smoky flavor to it.
Yeah. It'd be cool to put it out on your band, a little worm on the band.
Listen, I just got the naked chick worked out.
Yeah.
I got to work on one for monkey bombs.
Yeah, you got to do like Ezra Zion, just get little plastic worms, and then put them on there.
Wrap it around.
Yeah, wrap it around.
That'd be great.
Oh my god!
Alrighty then. We ready to end our season 6, episode 1?
Yeah.
Is it episode 1? All right.
Yeah.
So right on. So on that note, I'm Broadleaf Bully Kevin.
I'm Broadleaf Bully Jess.
A Broadleaf Bully Kerr. Sorry.
Broadleaf Bully Jen.
And remember,
bullies make good friends.
That was good.
From Kev, Jess, Kerr, and Jen, we are the Broadleaf Bullies. Thank you for joining us, and remember, bullies make good friends.